Welcome to a hazard perception video. In this video, I'm going to do a complete mock test so you can get hints, tips and tricks of how to do your hazard perception. So you have the best possible start in 2025 to passing your theory test. Before I start the mock test, I just need to let you know that there's 14 videos in the hazard perception. 13 of them have single hazards, which means you can score a maximum of 5. One of them's got a double hazard, which means you can score a maximum of 10. You need to get 44 to pass overall. You need to average 3 points per video. Someone said to me, yeah, but if you got 14 threes, it doesn't add up to a pass mark. What you got to understand, if you get 13 videos, get a 3 in those, that's 42. Sorry, 39, don't do live maths. And on your double, you want a 6 because there's 2 hazards, 2 threes. Add that to your 39, it gives you 45. That's why it's the bare minimum. You need to average 3 across the board. If your average is below 3, you are going to fail. I go for a 2-click method. What I'm about to say sounds silly, but when I sit in the classroom, they all look at me like I'm crazy, but they fully understand once the demonstration's done. It's not really about seeing the hazard, it's about you getting a score. Why most students fail is because they see the hazard, click, thinking, well, I've got a score. You need to get a score in the countdown window, otherwise it don't count. So if you see early and you get a 0, it means nothing. So it's about getting a score in the countdown window, ideally 5s and 4s. So I do a 2-click method. What's a 2-click method, you ask? You see the problem, you click once, and then you literally count 1, 2, and then click again. If your first click lands in a 5 and the second click lands in a 3, you're still going to get the highest mark. They do not downgrade you. The reason why you want to do a 2-click method, because if you do click early, the second click should land in the 5 or the 4, and you're covering yourself. Now, in case you didn't know, those clicks are you checking your mirrors when you take your driving lesson. So when you're on your driving lesson, you see a problem, you click, i.e. check mirrors. Problem, click, problem, click. That's the way that I explain it in the car with my students. So let me just quickly show you the driving test report form that the examiner has. So if you take a look at box 13, use of mirrors before you signal, change the direction and change the speed. The mirrors is a massive section on your driving test. That's one of the reasons why the hazard perception was introduced, so you guys can recognize what problems are. And the first thing you do when you see a problem is click, i.e. hazard perception. In real life, you're checking the mirrors. So the mirrors play a massive part. So that's what the click represents. Problem, click, mirror. Problem, click, mirror. That's how it works. What you are looking for is anything that's going to cause you to slow down or change direction. So that's how you want to see the video. If you think the problem is going to cause you to slow down or change direction, i.e. move left or right, that's what you need to be clicking on. Do not be afraid to click too many times while you're practicing. You could always refine the clicks back. Some of you are scared to click too many times. Some of you don't click enough times. Some of you are counting your clicks. Remember, you are practicing. So practice makes you better. So don't be afraid to click too many times. Review it back and see where you've gone wrong. And you can always refine your clicks, because when you go for the real test, you want to go and do what you've been doing naturally, not changing anything on the day. So let's do a practice mock test. So when you are doing the videos, what you want to do is look as far ahead in the video as you can see, scanning from left to right, right to left, pavement to pavement. That's where road signs are. So there's a car coming out on the side road. Now he's got indicator on. That's the one that's caused me to slow down. That's the one I'm going to get marked on. So what you want to be doing is still checking ahead, i.e. pedestrians looking to cross the road, because this could be your double clip. Because remember, you don't know which videos have got the 10. And again, I'm just looking well ahead. There's nothing going on at the moment. There's a road sign telling me a pedestrian crossing, but there's nobody at the crossing, so I don't need to click. So the next video, got the BSM car on the left. I'm on the right-hand lane, just scanning. Remember, fairy test, you should always stay left when possible, unless overtaken. Can't see anything going on here. There's a roundabout coming up. Still can't see nothing going on, so I haven't clicked at this point in time. Still can't see nothing going on, so it must be the roundabout that's going to be an issue. Right, the car to my left, he's going all over the place there. Right, he's coming over to my lane. Now he's in my lane. So that's the one that's got to be the issue. Right near the end of the video as well. You want to make sure you click on things that exist. You've got the dust cart ahead or whatever it is with the flashing amber light. It suggests it's slow moving. I'm going to just click again just to make sure, because I'm changing direction. And again, remember, keep clicking or checking just to make sure, because this could be your double. Again, I'm scanning the road from left to right, right to left, and there's not much going on. It's telling me to slow down. Don't know why. Car's parked up on the left. Can't be a meter from the curb. Doors open. So there's two possible hazards on there. The first one was the recycling vehicle in the middle of the road, and then the doors opening on that one. It could be my double. We'll find it at the end. CGI. I will add, when you go for the real test, all the videos will be CGI. That last clip, for example, is real life. And the real life ones are harder to see the problems. Got the van parked up on the left. You've got a roadwork sign, so I've clocked that. Road narrows on my side, according to the road sign. So these are all little clues that you can use to gauge what the problem may be. Right, there's a tractor coming out there, so I'm going to click. It's now on my side of the road, and I'm going to click again. So that's the one that's caused me to slow down. Again, remember, just keep clicking if there's any more problems further down on the video, because you don't know whether it's your double one. Again, there's not much going on. Well, the video's ended that one. So 5 or 14. Again, scanning the road ahead. Left to right, right to left. Got car parked up on the right. It's going to reduce my space, but nothing's coming down at this point in time. Got a car on my left, which is going to reduce the space of any car coming down towards me. Make sure you look into the side road. There's a side road further down. Deal with the bend. There's nothing going on at the moment. So when you're driving, you should always scan the side roads as well. Car's parked up. Look behind the van. Now the bike's coming towards me. So that's reduced my space. I've done that one a bit late, to be fair. I felt like I've done it late, but only time will tell. But you can get a few zeros and still pass. Like I said, if your average is high enough, 5s and 4s, on a regular basis, you can still pass with a few zeros. So that doesn't worry me, to be fair, because I think the previous videos have been decent. Again, only time will tell. Let's take a quick break from the video. Are you struggling with your theory test? Let me help you pass in just 5 days. Welcome to the 5-day theory test bootcamp, your shortcut to success. I have now taken my classroom sessions online. Come and join me and my students. Here's how it works. 2 hours a day on Zoom with me, live and interactive. Bite-sized lessons that make even the trickiest topics simple. Mock tests to build your confidence. Daily tips, words of encouragement to keep you motivated. Whether you're stuck on road signs, hazard perception, or just don't know where to start, this course has everything you need to smash the theory test. Don't wait. Come and join the hundreds of learners who've passed with me. Start today. In 5 days, you'll feel ready, confident, and unstoppable. The link will be in the description. Now let's get back to the video. Right, we're on a motorway, so what's going to be I'm in the middle lane. Remember, you should always stay left when possible. For whatever reason, the videos put me in the middle lane, unless you're overtaking. I'm assuming I'm going to overtake that truck to my left. Right, he's snake. He's what we call snake, and he's drifting left and right, so that could be a problem. I'm going to click on that. Got a car overtaking me. There's an indicator from the car. And I'm going to just click on that. Remember, it's about getting a score. So even though I saw it, I want to make sure I get a score. That's what it's about, is actually cut everybody up. But hopefully I got my clicking time. But remember, keep going just in case it's a second problem. Or maybe that wasn't even the problem. And nothing else is going on. So we're halfway there. Got the cyclist in front. Not a problem for me at this precise moment because I'm behind. And the speed is consistent. But again, I'm looking at the grass verge and I'm looking to the right where that cyclist is about to overtake. Again, looking to my left. Got pedestrians on the left on the grass verge, but they're not an issue to me. It's got brake lights on. I'm slowing down for that because I did slow down. I don't know if that's the problem, but I did slow down for that. That's why I've clicked. Again, you've got the pedestrians to my left, got the car to my right looking to come out. So the pedestrians are good. Cars to my right, I'm going to just click on that just in case he comes out in front of me. The wheels are moving. Click again. That's the one that's caused me the problem. But hopefully I got my clicking nice and early. He's even thanking me for that. Cut me up, but still thank me for cut me up. So again, like I said, just be totally observant. Don't switch off. I got the tractor in front, but I'm turning right. So narrow country lane, which I can hardly see because it's poor image quality. Can't see around the bend, so I'm going to click for that. What if something's around there? That's what the cyclists are there. Again, keep looking well ahead as far as you can see. Got roadwork signs there, triangle says, let me have roadworks. Got another one, so it must be coming up. There's something going on in the distance. I can't see what it is, but I can see there's something going on. I'm going to click again just to make sure I register a score. So that's got to be the problem because I'm slowing down going through that. Also, I've changed direction as well. Again, remember, don't switch off. Keep looking ahead and keep watching just in case there's another problem coming up. Well, we're on 9 of 14. So I'm looking well ahead into the bends. I can see around the bends, so that's cool. Right, with the side roads, remember, always look into the side roads as well. Just because there's nothing there yet, it doesn't mean they won't be there when you arrive. Look into the bend. I'm also clocking the road to my left, the side road. And looking into the bend, another side road. Car. He's actually pulled that right in front of me. So hopefully I've got my clicking time with that. Remember, I've done 4 clicks on that one. 2 for when I saw the car and 2 for when the car came out. Just to make, remember, it's all about getting a score. Not just because I saw it, I want to make sure I get a score. That's all that matters. He's actually driving really slowly. 10 or 14 now. Another CGI. On the left-hand lane, there's a slip road to my left with the truck. I'm going to click on that because he's got to join the motorway at some point. And I'm going to click one more time just to make sure I register a score. Here's his indicator. Again, just make sure. That's the one that's going to cause me a problem. In the video, watch it carefully, it's actually slowing down. Again, it tells me the road narrows both sides later on. Wow, A1M, Stevenage, that's not too far from me. 16 miles to Stevenage. I never noticed that before. But anyway, stay focused. Don't worry about the name tags. Then we're now going down to 3 lanes into 2. Okay, 11 or 14. All night time. This is a CGI one. I see a cyclist in the distance. That could be a problem. I may need to come out to the right. There's something else in the red. I can't see what it is, but I'm going to click. All I'm saying is if you see a problem, just click. I'm going to click again because I'm closer. Remember, I just want to get a score. He's actually on the e-scooter. I've not seen this one before. And keep checking. Cars coming out. Right, video 12. Another CGI. Again, check the side roads left and right. There's nothing there. Bend, I can't see around the bend, so it's a what if. There's also a roadwork sign there as well. Again, you've got the van part up on the right hand side. There's a amber jacket in there, so I'm going to click on that. And he's stepping out into the road. So I click again. There's someone else coming out again. So I click again. Just making sure I get a score. That's all that matters. Not because I've seen it and clicking early. I want to make sure I'm getting that score. 5. Even if you get a couple of ones, they still add up to your 44. Cars coming towards me, but the road's wide enough for both of us. I don't need to slow them down for that. 13 or 14, 2 to go. Number CGI. Road's wide enough for 2, so that's fine. Don't need to click. Again, scanning from left to right, right to left, telling me zebra crossing's coming up. Someone's in the road. And then I'm going to click again just to make sure I get that score. Cars coming out on my left, click. 2, click again. Again, scanning the road ahead. Left to right, right to left. Roundabouts coming up from the sign. I've got to give way to my right. Continue left 30 miles an hour. I don't see an issue at the moment. Still don't see any issues, so I don't need to be clicking. So last one. Car. Oh, that's a little bit late. As soon as the video started. I'm assuming that's not the problem, but doesn't matter. I think I've got a couple of low scores in here, but I think I've done reasonably well. Cars parked up on the left. So just be aware of that. Cars coming towards me. I'm going to have to slow down slightly. Cars coming out on the bike. It's interesting because this is the last video and I don't realize a video that had 2 hazards that I can score 10 on. So it'll be interesting to see which video that is. That's why you got to keep clicking because you never know. It may not be obvious. And there's nothing going on. Again, pavement to pavement, side road on my right, but there's nothing going on at the moment. Okay, let's see what I've got. Hopefully you can see that 68 out of 75. To be honest, for me, while I'm filming, that's probably the highest score I've ever got. On my previous videos, it's been around the 48s, 50 marks. So that's a decent score for me personally. But pass or fail, what you want to do is always review. So what you do is just click on the review section of the app, and then you can see what scores you got. So as you can see here, the real life 15, real life 32 fives, real life 50, I've got 9 out of 10. So that was my double. So let's just take a look at that. Just see. So it was the recycling vehicle in the middle of the road, whatever it was doing. So there I got a 5. Just speed up for the sake of the video. Let's take a look. All right, this is a perfect learning opportunity. Right, this is what I'm talking about, 2-click. So you can see it. I'm glad it's on film, not planned, but it's on film. Right, let me just quickly show you. Let's rewind it back if I can stop at the right place. There's my first click. See it there? There's my first click. I saw the car door slightly opening. That's when I click. So remember, I've seen it, I've clicked, but that is a 0. And this is why you go for a 2-click method. So you move it on. My second click lands in the 4. So I've got a score. That's why it's so important that you go for 2 clicks. I repeat, it's not about you seeing it. That plays a part, but it's not about you seeing it. It's about you getting a score. Treat it like a game. You're trying to rack up the points to get the highest score possible. And this is a perfect example of that. I saw the problem, clicked too early, clicked again, got a 4, not a problem. So let's just review the others. I got a 2 on this one. Technically, anything under 3 is what you want to review. Let's just speed up for the sake of the video. With this situation, I can see the bike in the distance, and then it disappears. So to me, that's not a problem at this point in time. I still can't see the bike, and now the bike comes back into view. And that's when I click. I suppose I could have clicked, follow my own advice, clicked as soon as I saw the problem, but I just felt that would have been way too early. Let's take another look at it. Just review. I see the bike there. Even if I click there and did, let's just do it, 1, 2, I wouldn't have got a 5 anyway. But just the way the video plays out. But like I said, you can get a few 2s, you can get 1s, you can get a few 0s, as long as your 5s and 4s is enough to cover the shortfall. But if you're really getting 3s all the way through, you can't afford to get 2s, 1s, and 0s on a regular basis. So that's how you review it back. So there's always room for improvement. Unless you score 75, let me just check. All these are 5s. So I don't need to go any further. But unless you're getting 75 out of 75 on a regular basis, there's always room for improvement. So I got 68. As you saw, I scanned the double, the one I got under 2, and so on and so on. So don't be afraid to review, to refine your clicks. Remember, the aim is to get as many points as possible. So anything that's going to cause you to slow down, change direction, click on it. And like I said, because you're practicing at home, you can't click too many times. Because if you click too many times and you get a 0, because it kicks you out for cheating, for example, review it back. And then you scale your clicking back. So you know when you should have clicked, when you shouldn't, what you should click on, what you shouldn't have clicked on, and so on and so on. Remember, you're trying to perfect your art by the time you go for your real test. So practice, practice, practice to get better at it. So hopefully you learned something from that. If you've got any questions whatsoever, put it in the comments below and I'll try to respond to those comments. If you have your test in 2025, hopefully this helped you out slightly, and hopefully you pass the theory test and move on and get to your dream of passing your driving test and getting your driving license, so you have that freedom on the road. Keep in touch with me. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Remember, I go live now every Sunday at 10 a.m. No longer doing Mondays because my boot camp is in a week, but I go live on a Sunday at 10 a.m. Come and join me. Have a little bit of fun on a Sunday. Set you up for a Monday week. I shall catch you in the next video.